also want to talk, I need to talk about how much rental are you getting in 2024 for student accommodation. And it is such a difficult topic that, I struggle to explain it to my landlords, because NSFAS puts out there, you're going to get 50,000 for the year, 5,000 a month. But is it really that much that they're going to get? And does that cover all kinds of, eventualities? Not so much. My name is Rita van Rooyen, and I am the founder and CEO of a company called My Student House. And we manage students all across South Africa. And we help new landlords get into student accommodation and to manage their students for them. So let's get back to it. Okay, the 50,000, the 5,000 a month thing, I think it's just a myth. There's no way that you're actually going to get that 5,000 rands, okay? So let me just start off with that. But they have given NSFAS, when I say they, it means NSFAS, has given us a rate table of per type of property, per grading, what is the actual amounts that you're going to get. And 50,000 or 5,000 a month is the max, all right? But the first thing you need to know, where they cut the line and they make a differentiation, is around where that university is, right? So some universities are in metros, so you can Google what are the metros in South Africa. Cape Town is one of them, Durban, Joburg, etc. But you can go and Google those metros. Potch, for instance, is not in a metro. Stellenbosch is not in a metro, okay? Now, what's the difference? The difference is that in metro areas, NSFAS will give you a maximum of 50,000. Okay, I'll get back to how it's not really 50,000, but they communicate 50,000 on metro areas. Non-metro areas, the maximum you can get is 41,000 rands. Okay, so if you have a property in Stellenbosch and you're renting it out to students there, just be aware that if you have NSFAS students, that they need to top up probably a little bit more than usual because of that difference that they make now between metro and non-metro areas. Okay, the second thing is who's going to be paying you. Because we have this whole NSFAS pilot where NSFAS is going to pay landlords directly, whereas in the past, NSFAS paid the university and the university paid the landlords or the students. However, in 2023, end of 2023, going into 2024, NSFAS made this change where they want to pay all of the landlords directly, okay, and not via the universities anymore. Now, in some places that's a benefit, and other places not. However, so you need to, right now in 2024, you need to know who's paying me. If it's the university, they all have their own different rules, colleges, etc. But when NSFAS pays you, there's a set table of amounts, right, that they have shared with all of the landlords that's on this pilot. And I will have that detailed breakdown on my training course that's coming up soon. But anyway, so if the university is paying you, there's some, they can just decide that, they will only pay 45,000. Okay, there's universities that'll only pay 3,900, even though they might be receiving 5,000 from NSFAS. The university is actually paying you less. Why are they paying you less? Because there's certain costs that they have to cover on their side because the money is going via them. And then there's different things that they will deduct. Okay, like for the university that does the 3,900, they will deduct Wi-Fi because they are providing Wi-Fi to landlords. Not that it always works, but anyway, they deduct for that. Transport, because they're paying for transport for the students in the properties, private accommodation. And entertainment. They also withhold some money for entertainment that you might get later in the year, on condition that you spend that money on entertainment for the students, which is a great initiative. I actually like it because I'm also a big believer in, making sure students aren't just there, yes, primary function to study, but also to really create some lasting relationships while they're out there studying. And then, of course, the most difficult one, I think, is the NSFAS one. So, first of all, to get your NSFAS money, and this is going to be like this, I believe, for all universities and properties next year, you have to be accredited. But when they accredit you, you get accreditation, but at the same time, you also get a grading, okay? Now, a grading goes, at the moment, it goes from an A to an E, and I think they want to get rid of the D and E, next year or whatever it is. But for now, that is the grading that you get. All that means is that there's a list of criteria that you have to comply with, and there's an inspector that comes out, and they have a tick box, and they tick everything off. And if there's certain things missing in your property, in your rooms, etc., you will get a different like a score that then results into this grading. Okay, then first of all, you get an A grade. So on the A grade, for a single room, you get 4,750. Now, why is it not 5,000? Because NSFAS deducts for the system that you're using, which is the portal that the students use and you use as a landlord to register your property and get your accreditation done. They charge 5% of the rental income as a service fee, okay, which is why you actually don't get 5,000, you get 4,750. Then you also, on a double, you get 4,500, okay? And then if the university pays you, it can literally be anything, like I mentioned already. The other gradings is less and less. The difference between an A grade single room and a C grade single room is about 1,500 rand. So it's a huge difference, which is really important that you know what you have to comply with in this accreditation and grading system, as that will impact your rental quite significantly. So that is it. It is very complicated because some places are on this pilot now and other universities managed to get out of the pilot, and they're probably going to go back into the pilot this year already. The rates are going to go from university rates to NSFAS rates, or the other way around. And it is, some universities managed to appeal this whole, metro versus non-metro scenario, and Stellenbosch University actually succeeded. So they are paying out more to the landlords, not the 41,000. However, some of them did appeal, even though they're also in Stellenbosch, and the appeal didn't work. So it didn't go through. So they're still on 41,000. And the sad part is that, landlords are still going to try and get students to pay top-ups and those sort of things. And it's the students that pay for it at the end of the day, nobody else. When changes like that gets made, that's not really, in my view, sustainable for landlords in those areas. But anyway, so that is the story. And then, of course, you are always welcome to send me an email, and I can help you navigate through what income you can expect from NSFAS and private students in your area, as it differs quite a lot per area. And how do you contact me? You can go to getinfo@mystudenthouse.co.za. Send me a message, and we can set up a consultation, and I can take you through that so that and you don't get surprised when the money comes and it's not as much as you expected. Chat soon.